back. One little bottle. That's all I'm going to say. One little bottle has kind of been ruining my time with these live streams. Not ruining my time, but like it's definitely made it a little bit more, a little trickier. This bottle right here has been the bane of my existence for the last 2 streams, 3 days. Quite a while. If you've ever had one of these clog up with the tip, you might as well just burn the whole thing down. It's not even worth it. It took so long. I soaked this thing in hot water. I have done so many things. I have tried to get needles through it. I've looked through sewing machine needles. I've tried everything to try and get this thing unclogged. Nothing. Except a piece of jewelry making hardware is the only thing thin enough to fit inside that tip and unclog it. I digress. We got it. We're unclogged. We're back at it. The only thing I don't have right here in front of me is a knife. So I'm going to get the tunes going for you guys. We're going to turn this on a little bit for you. We're going to get that going. I'm going to go get a knife. It's nice to see you guys in here. Say hey in the chat if you're here. I want to see who's all in here. I'll be right back. Okay, I got it all. I got everything ready to go. Gus is in here. Dan's in here. What's going on, Dan? Let's extend this out a little bit so I can read what you're saying. Sarah's in here. We got moderators in here so that if we have some questionable accounts log in like last time, we can rock them right out of here right quick. I'm here and excited for part 2. Me too, Dan. This is going to be great. I think I'm going to finish this thing today. There isn't much left to do. I got to do a couple strap things here and there where I got to measure out some straps, write them down, get them ready to go. And then that's it. Other than that, we're rocking and rolling. I'll probably have to cut one more strap. But if you guys are just coming in and you weren't here for the last one, here, let me get a better angle here for you. This is the bag. This is the bag that I made years ago. I'd say 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And I never wrote down the design notes. And a lot of people have asked me about this in the past. About wanting the design notes, wanting to make it. I actually released design notes for a smaller messenger with the same colorway. So it was a black messenger bag, excuse me, with brown strapping. And I released that design to you guys, but it was thinner, if you remember. It has the strap going down the side. Lot thinner, lot smaller. This one's more, I made this as like a camera bag, turned into a weekender bag / overnight bag, and absolutely love it. But I would like to make one just a little bit less wide. So I'm gonna make it 5 inches as opposed to 7.5 or 8. And that's the way we're gonna do it. So we're gonna get right into it here. Not so witty now. What's going on? Looking forward to another stream. Yeah, me too. Happy to be here. Audrey, what's going on? Not a lot, just working while not working. That's the way to do it, right? Turn it on in the background, throw it up, have a couple laughs, chat with the community. That's what it's all about. So we're here, we're doing it, we're live. see what we can start with here. So we finished off last time on Monday there with these front pockets. So I glued these on and I've marked my lines for stitching. So that'll go over to the machine. These pockets here, I've got a 3 to 4 ounce on top of a 5 to 6 ounce leather, so that'll be the Gusset Pocket. So this, as you can see, it's a lot more narrow. It's not as wide. So that will be stitched into the side here on the gusset. But before we do that, I have to mark, so I'm gonna do this first actually. Get a little zoom action for you guys going here. How's your guys' day going? Let me know. What are you guys working on today? Are you guys at work today? Are you working on leather today? Are you working on wanting to work on leather today? I don't know. What are you guys doing? Talk to me. Sarah's in the chat. She's got a little wrench beside her name now because we figured out how to make her a moderator. So she wields all the power. And I'll try and keep up. I'll try and keep up with chat as much as I can. But I definitely want to get this thing, rocking and rolling. Because I have some plans for some other stuff after this. We're going to do a little bit more variety type streaming as well in the near future. So we're going to be going through samples. We're going to be going through all kinds of cool stuff for the future, for products, for supply for you guys. So it's not just going to be leather work. It will be the majority, but... Okay, so I want to mark that just so I know where this pocket is. So I got some rivets. This is the piece for the shoulder strap. I want to mark it perfectly in between where that pocket's going to lie, right? Obviously. So with that being said, what I need to do first is I need to rivet down... Where'd they go? Oh, right here. I need to rivet down this stuff real quick here. Brian, what's happening? Installing zippers. You're a welcome diversion. You know what's funny? I've never once put a zipper on something, ever. I'm kind of at that point where it's like, I don't know if I'm ever going to. I don't know if I should or not. My dad had a cool story from when he was young. He went to Paris and they were driving past the Eiffel Tower and he purposely looked the other way because everybody looks, right? So I kind of think I'm kind of following in those footsteps a bit here, where I think I've never done a zipper before, so why start now? You know what I mean? But I do want to know, I want to know how they go on, how they work, that kind of thing. Because like I say, I've never done it before, so I should probably get my hands a little bit dirty in that field. I actually have some Riri zippers that I purchased for the supply side, and they are the beefiest zippers I think I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never seen zippers this beefy, and I don't even know what you would use it for, to be honest. Like you could zip a house up with this thing. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty wild. I'll show you guys that actually. That's the beauty of this stream, is like the stuff that I talk about, Instagram, that kind of thing, like everything's got such a big delay on it. You can get in a new product that you want to show everybody. You got some news on something, you know, and you have to photograph it properly or video it properly, and then you can get the word out, kind of thing. This is the cool thing about streaming, is like I can just instantly give you guys information on stuff, which is kind of cool. I'm also going to do, I would like to do streams too in the future where I collab. On my stream software here, there's a little button that says collab cam. So if any of you guys ever get a setup going kind of like this or whatever, or you have a camera on you, I'm going to do collabs in the future, which I think will be pretty cool. Okay, I'm falling behind a little bit here. I'm currently at work right now, but later today, I hope to start working on my desk so that I can do my leather work. Nice. Yeah, having a bench is probably the most important part, I would say. your workbench, your work area, your studio space. It's always been important to me anyway to. By the way, let me know, you guys, if this is too loud. I haven't muted it. I haven't turned down my volume at all. I'm working on a new, I need to adjust things around here so that I can smack things and it's not too loud. But let me know if it's too loud for you guys while I'm hitting these things. And I'll turn down my mic while I'm doing riveting. Turbo, what's going on? Nice to see you in here. You should get a camera. You should get a camera going. You should get a live stream going. We can collab on here. It'd be kind of fun. Also, I've turned down the latency, which means that as you see me on screen, it's pretty much up to date with me in real life. So there's almost no delay for you guys, which is going to be nice for when we're trying to have a conversation here. Robinson Leather, I raced home and finally make it. Not sure what I'm doing. My tiny shop today. That's awesome. Well, I'm happy to see you here. Happy you're in the stream. We're just hanging out. We're making a bag. Chilling. I got a little music in the background. I can't even hear it, but you guys can. It's probably nice and smooth and jazzy and just, oh, it's great. Studio space, you mean tiny rooms. I like going for me. Love a studio space. You know what? That's what I started with. I started with a basement. And that, to this day, that is my favorite space that I've ever worked in with leather. I've had multiple spaces and little rooms and little things to try and make it work. And I find that where you do it, the area you do it in, is half the battle in terms of what you create, the quality of your work, everything. For me anyway, like when I'm inspired, I do way better work than when I'm not inspired. Okay, so this here, I gotta mount this up now. So before I do that, I'd love to. I can teach you how to do some leather tooling. No thanks. I have no interest in leather tooling. It's not actually, you know what it is? It's not that I don't have the interest, it's that I don't have the patience. I really don't have the patience to do it. I commend anyone who does, to be 100% honest. I just don't have it in me. It's just not. I get so antsy, so bored so quickly. That's why for leather work too, like I very rarely make the same thing twice. And if I do, it's like this, where I've made this bag before, but I'm altering it. I'm making it smaller. But yeah, there is definitely a space for tooling, for sure. What I love to see, when I first got into leatherwork, actually, there was a guy in Calgary and he was doing tooling. And he did like tattoo style tooling. And I always thought that it was the coolest thing ever. Just fresh, right? Like just new. And you do that kind of stuff too, Melissa. You do the just that unique style of tooling. I love that. Don't get me wrong, I love the traditional stuff too, but it's always cool when you see a fresh new take on something, right? Dead hands, whoop! Yeah, not too loud at all good. Okay, cool, that's good to know, because I don't really want to have to reach over and turn it down all the time, but if I have to, I will, because I'm not just doing this for me, so. All right. Fair enough, thank you. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so I gotta mount this now in the middle. This is where I tend to eyeball stuff, to be 100% honest. I gotta make sure I'm writing all this shit down though. So what I do when I'm alone and I'm making stuff, I'll just not write it down because I'm just in the zone or whatever, and then before you know it, you've done 30% of the project and nothing's written down. Okay, so I got this pocket. I got to mount this on now. So these are tricky from in the past here. When you're putting these together, see, I should have skived down this. back part here, I could have skived it down. I actually probably still can a little bit. Let's see here. Let's be a little bit professional with this. See, that D-ring is back there now too, though. I'm going to use this French edger and just see if I can take off even a little bit of material. I've pushed a French edger all the way through my finger once. I'd be edging like this, and I'd have my finger right here, and it would slip and went right into my finger. It's really fun. I highly recommend it. See, this isn't going to do much, but it's going to do enough, because when you're going to go to glue this down and stitch this in your machine, you want to have as little material as possible. And I am totally botching this due to the fact that I should have done this before. I should have had this done before I put the rivets through, but you guys distracted me, so this is what happens. It is so windy outside, I can hear it. I'm in a brick building and I can hear it. Just intensely windy out there. Had a package arrive from Amazon. The guy just blew away. And are you guys doing markets? As we get closer to Christmas time and the holiday season and whatnot. That's one thing I miss, is doing markets. Tony, what's going on? I can't tell you the amount of times I've stabbed myself making things. Lots of my first makes might have some blood on it. Dude, I feel you there. I'm in the same boat. Blood, sweat, and tears. That too. I've probably cried over a few projects too. You get 3/4 of the way done and you realize you forgot to put a pocket on or something. It's so fun. Okay, so I could measure, but I got a pretty good eye here. And this is the type of thing too, just so you guys know, for design notes. I put these things in, but I won't give you like specific dimensions, because like if you want to too, like you could have one that's, I don't know, like if you wanted to mount it in a different spot for yourself, for your personal preference, for, you know, how you'd like it to lay on someone's body or something like that, across their chest or whatever. You can angle them a little bit and whatnot. So it's more of a personal preference thing. So that's why you won't see some of those dimensions in there like that. Okay, so this here is going to be, that'll be where it is. I'm going to just give it a rough mark. Add some adhesive. Okay, what are we doing here? What are we talking about? I'm going to make the handle out of the plush brown leather as well. Just going to make myself a little spatula. Okay, so this is going to touch, I want it to be glued down on all the corners. But then it's also going to touch in the middle a bit as well. I might as well just... Doesn't need to be perfect for your spreading. It'll kind of move it around underneath the material and flatten it out on its own anyway. I really do like this Aqualim. I'm not gonna lie. I've used, in the past when I was making a lot more, I used a lot of the Fiebing's leather cement, and it's really nice stuff too, but I don't know, something about this stuff, it's so easy to work with, and it sticks down really nicely as well. So yeah, these things are kind of hard to, you gotta kind of, here, what I've done in the past here, can I get that on there? Don't roll off on me, little guy. There, just like that. I'll hold this down for a second. Hold this down for a sec and I'll chat with you guys. Okay, what am I missing here? Nothing beats Saskatchewan windy, buddy. You know what? I think Lethbridge does. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty windy, but yeah, it is pretty windy here. It's pretty outrageously windy. What leather are you using here? So underneath this piece that I'm holding, I am using it is OA split plank. We actually had this stuff made. It's a 5 to 6 ounce. And the piece that I'm holding down is plush brown water buffalo veg tan that I've cut into this shape for this the strap. And then I've got another piece of the OA split plank custom leather here, and it is a 3 to 4 ounce for the pocket. You need some trees and sassy to slow the wind down. Yeah, you're right. We do. We definitely need trees. That's one thing that I miss from Alberta is the trees, for sure. It's not even the mountains. It's funny, like I should miss the mountains, but it's mainly the trees. You can find it out here a little bit, but it's hard to find for sure. Trees, but how do we watch the dog run for miles then? It's true. It's very true. Unless you're Gus, then you just sleep awkwardly on the couch all day and you don't even care to run away. I think he's at the point now with his age and with his wisdom where he just doesn't need to leave anymore. He doesn't need to try and run away. It's kind of nice actually. Okay, I gotta get a metal plate so we can hold this thing down. Just don't know where I've put it. Just bear with me. Okay. I'm just gonna have to shift this thing around a little bit. Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Sarah. OA original split plank in 5 to 6 ounce. Just on the ball, eh? I can send you some trees. Yeah, you should. You should. I'll send you a package. I'll purposely make a mistake so that you have to send a return, and then you can just put a bunch of trees in it. That'd be great. It'd be nice to have more trees. Okay, so I've got this drying. It's going to take a couple minutes. So actually, in the meantime, before I put down the other piece here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch up the pockets on the front of this bag. So let's do that. Okay, you can see that we're good. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stitch up these pockets. I don't have a microphone over here, so if you don't hear me, don't worry. You'll still be able to see me. Okay. Got her. All right. Hand stitching all the way, hey? That's what you're thinking. I don't know about that. Favorite thread size for hand stitching? What do you guys like to use most? Oh, that's Sarah. I personally like 0.8. What do you guys think? I'm a 0.8 stitcher, hand stitcher, for sure. 1.0, kind of nice too. Personal preference wise, I think 0.6 for me and the things that I like, it's just a little too thin. But I'm usually wrong, so like I say, it's just preference. Okay, this thing's almost dry. I'm gonna actually weigh this off to the side here so I can show you what I'm gonna do with the next step. Okay. Filled my apron in grade 9 home ec and never got over it. Can't use a machine, hand stitching only. I mean, that's fair. I understand that for sure. Okay, so what I like to do, I should try and zoom in a little here for you. What I like to do is, the thread is on both sides here, but I like to pull it through so when you burn it like that there, then it's just clean on the front, right? Okay, and then you gotta pull it tight though. Nothing worse than melting your threads and the thread is loose on the front. So, yeah, I'll do that for all of them here. Yeah, 0.8. Yeah, see, I'm on to something there. I'm not totally out to lunch. 0.8 is kind of nice. This brings me back. I've missed making stuff. I have really, really missed it. This used to be a daily thing that I would do. But I ended up moving. I moved, I think, 4 times in just a handful of years, and since I was focusing on OA leather supply so much, in my old studio back home, the supply was only a small corner of my studio, my home studio. And then as it grew, it just became larger and larger. And my personal studio space got smaller and smaller to the point where it was non-existent. I just didn't have studio space anymore, which sucks. It sucks for the studio reason, you know. It's been obviously a dream come true getting to do the supply side and whatnot there, but a person's got to make the room and the effort to be creative too, you know. Okay, let's turn this a bit. Actually, let's do this. There. So I'm gonna put rivets, pop holes and put rivets in up here. Where'd my thing go? There it is. Okay, I got that, I got that, I got that. Yesterday's rivets are correct for today. They weren't not yesterday, Monday. Okay, I like when it hand stitching. It adds that personal touch and is really good against fraying. Yeah, it's true. Plus the difference too between like a flat cable thread. Unbelievable. I actually want to, you can get a machine to stitch like a tiger thread. You can do it. It's just you have to have the proper, it has to lay flat at all times when it's running through the machine. So you have to have all these like specific things that you got to set up for it and all these little attachments, but I think that'd be really cool. And then the waxiness of them too. It's just pretty nifty. So I put these rivets in to lock the stitch in. Plus it just looks good, in my opinion. So, here, let's do one you guys can see. Come on. Think you'll be in Sask for a while? Love my free 2-day shipping to Stune. Yeah, I'll be here. I'll probably be here for the long run, to be 100% honest. I've built a bit of a life here. Well, a lot of a life here. I'm very happy here. It's fun living in a place that's away from home, you know, it's new, fresh, exciting. See, so that'll just lock the stitch into place there. Doesn't hurt that it, you know, looks a little sexy. And we're on our way. I totally appreciate the supply side. You guys have always been the best. Well, thank you. Thank you for those kind words, honestly. That's what we try to do. We try to be the best. That's how, that's kind of how I function. It's kind of a flaw of mine. Had to teach myself, of course I had to teach myself how to do leather work too, because, you know, can't go and do a class and have someone try and teach me and I'm just like absolute dog shit at it, right? I got to be the best at it when I come out of the gates. I'm not the best at it, but you know what I mean. I didn't want to be like non-sufficient. You know, like there's nothing worse. Going back to your first project and looking at the wallet that you tried to make. Justin, what's happening, my guy? Nice to see you in here. Nice to see you in here. Yeah, they come in such big packages, the rivets. I understand that for sure. I actually have reached out to my manufacturer of them and I've requested that I get smaller sizes of bags, like maybe, I don't know, they come in 100 packs, like maybe even like 20 packs or 10 packs or something like that. But you have to order, it's some ridiculously high number that you have to order. It's just absolutely insane. So it's one of those things where it's kind of like, it sucks, but that's kind of the way the industry is right now. Until, I don't know, until something gets changed. Hardware in general is hard to find. Hard to find good stuff, you know. I'm in Texas and I'm still impressed with the shipping. Well, you know what, Tony? We've changed some things. We're sending out all international US orders via DHL now. So instead of it taking 2 weeks or whatever, it should take, it says on the estimated shipping for me on my end, it says it takes a day, which is obviously not true. But instead of it taking 2 weeks, it in theory should take, you know, a handful of days. So hopefully that'll get even better for you in the future. Have you found any tools that were just awkward to use being a lefty? I've found tools that are awkward to use, but not because I'm a lefty, surprisingly enough. Some tools are just dog shit, to be 100% honest. Like some tools just don't do the job, and it's almost like the person who created it or designed it has never used it. I've owned a couple tools actually that are, you question the sanity of the person who came up with the design because it's just so bad. It doesn't work at all. Edgers are ones that those are the trouble ones for sure. And dull edgers, like, talk about annoying. You want to go to get a job done on an edge and it's like not sharp at all, you know what I mean? Frustrating to say the least. Be right back, gonna go order something. Nice. Yeah, this needle tip, I'm telling you, this makes all the difference. I gotta get more of these in. I've said it on the last 2 streams, but I'll say it again. Like, having come back into this now and be ear to the ground making stuff, you realize as a supplier, you're like, shit, man, like I should definitely not run out of stock on certain things. One of them is the needle tip bottles. I just never really thought to, you know, go back, get another round. I had a bag of like over 1,000 of them and they went pretty quickly. Stuff like that, though. It's nice now that I'm doing this again, hanging out with you guys. You'll be able to tell me things that you want me to bring in, as well as I'll just be able to just know the things I got to bring in because I need it. It was like the adhesive. I never had adhesive before. I never sold it till I went to go make something and I ran out of the adhesive that I was using. Own a leather supply business and I don't even have adhesive. Like, what are you doing? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I am gonna definitely keep this little guy though in a Ziploc bag so that it doesn't yeah. You guys rock. This live setup is incredible. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Also, any chance of some Battle-Lasky Carlo Waxy in the future? Oh, you know it. It's coming. It's coming in hot. That deal is in the works as we speak. We have made connection. We have worked out details. We have sorted through colors. And yeah, man, that shit is coming in hot. I'm excited about it. Yeah, you shouldn't have to pay extra fees, to be honest. Should be pretty, in the States, I would assume, right? Is that what you're talking about? Canada? John, take my money. Yeah, I know, right? Carlo, Battle-Lasky, it's coming in. I insist that any U.S. suppliers use USPS and Canada Post. Why is that, Audrey? What are you thinking? What are you thinking with that? Because the only reason why, and this is something too, like you can definitely specify that you want USPS and Canada Post. 100% you can specify that you would prefer that method. But we just found that it was just taking way too long to get to people. Sarah was getting so many emails every day by people that were just pissed off. And we're not about that. We don't want to make anyone mad. We can't get it to you in like Amazon time, but I mean, I don't think anyone in the world is on Amazon time. They're just out there doing their own thing. You get hit hard with, oh, okay. Sorry. Melissa, I'm reading your comment. I'm like, you're getting hit with duties from me? Like, you live in BC. That makes sense, yeah. If you're getting duties coming into from the States. Anything coming in from the States. I'm pretty sure Sarah's told me this before, but yeah, you have to pay fees on just about everything. Customs clearance fees. Sometimes, okay, so sometimes I think they do it for you, right? I should just let you guys do your thing. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna stitch, and I'm not even gonna get involved. Because Sarah's gonna start yelling at me. Everyone's gonna start yelling at me. Okay, I'm gonna stitch this little bitch up, and it's not gonna be easy, so just bear with me. And then I might have to do a bobbin. I might have to pop the bobbin a little bit here too. We'll see. See if I can get through it. Come on. God, I get into this like quiet flow state when I'm stitching. I almost forget where you are. You forget who you are for a minute. It's pretty fantastic. Okay, so same thing here. Like, by the way, this Texo, this is the thickest I've stitched with this machine, the 2750 Pro. Unreal how easy that is. Incredibly easy to stitch with this thickness of material. What was I saying? I don't remember. I got into that flow state, and then it's just now my brain's just mush. Just is what it is. Yeah, we do get a bad stick in Canada. Makes me want to get a US post box and just go pick some up. I know. I've thought about that too. I've thought about just like, it's one of those things where it's like you need a really good American friend, you know. Hook me up, give me your PO, and let's just get this shit going, you know. Or if you lived close to the border, you could just go pick it up yourself. That'd be quite all right too. Hey Justin, if you're still in here, this is what I've been using to I don't have a regular lighter on me, so I've been using your torch lighter that you sent me. Works like a charm. Was wondering what you set stitch distance to on a machine. Do you have a preferred number? Yeah, okay. So honestly, I like, let's see here. I like 3.38 mil spacing. Do I have an example? Well, I guess I could just show you what I've stitched. Idiot. Okay, so yeah, this is about, here, I'll show you on this. So 3.38 stitch spacing is around there. Can you see that? I like that. I like that stitch length. A little bit more rugged. You can see it a little bit better. Another thing, obviously, like another trick is use a thread that contrasts your project a little bit better. So in the past, I'll do like this. Hold on. So like that, right? You can see the stitch line. It's very predominant. It's a wide stitch. I'll use a number 277 thread, black crown thread on this as well. But if I hand stitch, it's the same distance. I like 3.38 millimeters, which is the setting on the machine. Where are you, little guy? What are you going at? What are you doing over here? 6.5. 6.5 to 7. It's about 7. That's what I use typically. Like, can we just take a moment here? Like, what a guy. Just chilling. What a guy. I wish it was close enough to the border to do that. I always get hit hard with fees. Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely feel that pain. It's not fun getting in leather in large shipments from the States. But you know what? Sometimes it's got to be done. Sometimes you got to just order from Buckle Guy and you got to get your shit and you got to not yell at anyone. You can't yell at anyone about it. You got to just do it. It's the way to do it. What a sweet little prince. That's him. That's him. He's just chilling. Thanks. I run a 4mm by hand and machine is at a 6. Yeah, so about where I'm at too. Just about the same. Depends on each project too, you know? Like sometimes I like a tighter stitch for whatever reason, you know? Okay, now I gotta just weigh this down a little bit. This one, I don't know. This one might not work the same. I feel like the glue isn't... See, that's the problem. I should have skived it, but I didn't. It's a dog's life. Yeah, sure is. We work hard so they don't have to. That's exactly right. You got it. Doesn't change the fact that he always needs something, though. Always needs attention. Hey? Nah, he's good. He's pretty low-key. He's pretty easy, actually. Okay, so I got that done, that done, that done. I think now what I'd like to do, it's a new phase in the project, is I'd like to do the top handle. And I want to ask you guys' opinion on this. How do you typically like to do your top handles? This one, I might do it like this one for this next handle. I might cut it out of this plush brown piece and then fold it under and make it a little beefier like that. But I've never done the process of like putting a cord inside it and rolling it around it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I gotta dip out. Super fun stream as always, buddy. So glad you're doing them now. Have the best day. No kidding. Yeah, you too. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. Swing by anytime. Yeah, let me know. What do you guys think? What do you guys like to do for your handles? I've done ones too where they're just like the flat standard handle. There's no folding over. There's no nothing. Maybe I'll do one like that. I don't know. Okay, well, either way, I got to measure this out so I know what we're working with. So what we're talking about. Okay, so we got 10 inches overall length. So, I'll write this down quick. Handle. 10 inches. Okay, now do I want to do that centerpiece? I think I do. It's 4.5 inches long. So what's 10 minus 4.5? 10 minus 4.5. 5.5 divided by 2. So 2 3/4 inches in. Okay, so let's start with this. Let's get I think we'll do it like that. I'll get a straight line started here first. Only ever done one messenger and did it with a round handle with rope in the center for a stable core. Right, and that's... I gotta try that at some point. I've just always done like the... I've always done like the minimalist style handle. So I gotta expand my horizons a little bit here. What about you, Sarah? What do you typically do with your handles? Sarah made her first wallet. When was that? Last year? It's pretty good. Okay, so if this is 10 inches long, what I want to do, get a little zoom action. I gotta angle this down, bear with me. So what I want to do is, it's gonna have to look like almost like a cross. Like it's gonna be 10 inches overall length, and then right around the middle, it's gonna be, well, what is it? I'm gonna have it inch wide, which means that when I fold it underneath itself, you're gonna need another inch of material plus another inch of material. And I don't think 1 inch will cut it. I think you'll have to be off center. Is this stuff gonna be too thick? That's the other thing, is that it might be too thick to fold underneath itself. Because if I go... And what am I doing here? I'm only going to have one handle on it. Yes, last year I made the wallet. Sarah. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, I don't know if this will be too thick. It might be too thick. So, I think I should just try it though. Yeah, so I'm going to need it. It's going to be a 1 inch strap. I'm going to need it to be 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inches wide. Plus, let's go another half. Let's do 3.5 by 10. 3.5 by 10. Yeah, let's try this. So let's go 3.5. 10 inches that way, 10 inches that way. Okay. Yeah. 3.5. I think that'll be the way that I have to do it. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Okay. Like that, like that, like that. God, this stuff is thick. Thick, thick, thick. Almost 1.5 inch side to allow for folds. See, that's what I'm thinking. I think I might have done the 1/2 inch. So let's see here. If I'm not going to be able to fold this in on itself. What if I do it strap on one side? Like I was going to go in the middle and then out like that. Like I was going to cut it basically. I was going to go down and then I was going to have it out and up. I don't know. Can you see that? I didn't want to scratch it too hard. Essentially, like cut it here, and these will all be gone. And then I was going to fold the handle underneath on one side and then on the other side. I'm almost thinking I should have it be on one side flat like that, and then the other side like that, and then one side folds under. Because you'll always be grabbing the bag by the front. You know, like, what kind of psychopath grabs a bag from the backside, you know? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably, I'm not sure. And yeah, Audrey, I want to get a thing going. There is a way to do pictures and like show content on a live stream that you guys have sent me. I got to figure out what that is. There's a lot of streamers use, it's either Tumblr or something else. Like there's a way that you can send stuff and then Sarah can approve it, or I could approve it, and then if it's good to go, then we can show it on live stream. Because like I can show you guys my computer as well. Like we could go, I'll do a live stream at some point too where we're gonna run through the website and pick some stuff out, and I'll show you guys kind of how to do things. And there's gonna be fun things I'm gonna do. Like I want to do like an Easter egg type situation too, where there's like hidden stuff in the website and you can only find it, you know, if you've been on here and I've given you the clues and the stuff, you know. I think that'd be kind of fun. Yeah, you could do that too. You could email it. For sure. You could do that. And I could just actually open it up on the computer and then show you on the computer. You might want to split it. Yeah, see, that's another thing is like I definitely could split it. But it kind of defeats the purpose of the thick. It just, yeah, I don't know. This might be a little too thick kind of thing. I feel like this chat, oh, that's not my chat. Okay, well, never mind then. There's my chat. Sent, Sarah. Okay, so here, I'll take a look at it too. If it's an email. Got it. Oh. Okay, let's see here. How can I show you guys this? Oh, there. Sarah sent me a text. So let's do this. Okay, I'll go back. Yeah, we're good there. We're good there. Okay, so like this. So that's cool. I like that idea for sure. So how does that work then? It folds It folds underneath, does it? No. Oh, okay, so it's a separate piece of leather. Oh, okay, so it's got the ring that goes through, and then it's got a loop that comes up from inside the bag to hold the D-ring down, and then the handle goes, yeah, I get it now, just like that. That's kind of nice, actually. That's really nice. Maybe we should do that. I like that idea. We should do something like that. I kind of want to see, though, now that I've cut this out, I do love that. I do love that, Audrey, for sure. That's so nice. Yeah, splitting might lose the beefiness of the strap, though. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, it's not a bad idea to... You can split it down, for sure. But it just won't be as... Won't be as sexy. I'm thinking I might want to just test this out. I might want to do one fold over. Another thing actually that you can do is you can French edge in the seams of it, you know. Anyway, okay, what did I say it was? It was 4.5 inches long, 2 3/4 in. Yeah, so 2 3/4 in from each edge. So I want to go an inch up. So I want to go 1 inch up like that. And I want to go 1 inch up on this side, because I want the strap to be an inch wide. Yeah, you're right. Like, split not the full piece, just the sides that fold under, just saying. Yeah, and that's absolutely correct. You could totally do that. And that's kind of what I was getting at with, like, the French edger. You can like skive up the middles here like that, and then they fold underneath. See that, though, you almost want like a groover tool or a thin French edger. You know what? I think that's better. I think we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna shut up about it and just do it. Okay, what do we got here? We got 3.5, because I needed extra material to fold underneath, right? So what is half of 3.5? Why can't I do that math in my head? 1 7/8? 1 3/4. That's half of 3.5? I guess so, hey? Holy shit. What is wrong with me? Okay, so if we go 1 3/4 is the center, and then off of that line, you guys are gonna notice too with me. I'm gonna go like, sometimes I go about things the long way, but we get there. Taking the scenic route. Okay, so we're gonna go 1 3/4. It just doesn't look like that's half, but I believe that it is. Okay, and then we go 1 inch on either side, and 1 inch on either side, right? Okay, so now if we go this way, we're gonna end up going 2 3/4 up. So 2 3/4 up to that point there. We'll just do the same on the bottom here quickly. I think I've done a strap like this before and had to skive the inside. Almost 100% sure I've done this before. Can you see that? Yeah, we good, we good. 2 2 3/4 up. 2 3/4. Okay, and then 2 3/4 down. 2 3/4 down. Right to there. Okay, so now what I have to do is basically just cut this away. So I don't even really need to be using a measuring. I don't really need to measure it, but we'll do it anyway. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you're good, you're good. Yeah. Yep. This is the way we do it. Okay, one of you guys asked a question in the very beginning. What's something hard to do as a lefty? Cut these lines right here. That's what's difficult as a lefty. Because you want to cut on your side of the ruler, right? Okay, so that's how it's going to look. Lefties for the win. That's what I'm talking about, Brandon. That's totally what I'm talking about. I feel like it should be more 50-50 that people are lefty. You know, but it's not. It's not 50-50. I wonder why that is. That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. So that's like that. That's like that. Good to go there. Get this quick cut. Okay, we're good there. This one as well. Okay, that's good, that's good. I do want to use a ruler. Do you guys like to use the the rolling knives, or like an actual utility knife like this? Or do you like to use those half moon knives? What are you guys using in your shops? Left all the way. We got a lot of lefties in here, eh? Love to see it. Utility knife, eh? Me too. Always have, always will. I don't think I'll ever use anything else. I just don't. It's one of those things. It's like once you find what works for you, you're good. I've owned a couple knives that are hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but it doesn't make that big of a difference in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna go get a groover. I will be right back. Not a groover. You know what I'm saying. I'll be right back. Where'd you go? Where did it go? There it is. Brian says Olga and rotary cutters. Yeah, they're both good for sure. For sure. Utility knives, cheap and sharp. Yeah, for sure. That's what I use too. And I'll use the hardened blades as well. It's kind of nice. Use a 30-degree Olfa knife for 90%. Yeah, that's awesome. Circle cutter as well for you too, eh, Brian? Nice. Next sticker pick, Gus on the couch. Kind of like it's so true, eh? That's what I should do for the next sticker. Gus on the couch. Only select few of you guys will understand what it means when you get it in your order. Everyone else will just be like, what is this? Just a dog on a couch? The Gustanza. Love that. Okay. So I'm gonna skive this line and the one on the other side as well. But before I do, I just want to see. Yeah, that is thick, boy. Thick. Okay. Might have to take a couple passes with it too, to be honest. I got leather dust in my eye. Okay, back to it. Thick. Yeah, THICCC. Thick Boy Bike Club. What is that from? Thick Boy Bike Club. I don't think I'll be able to get down much further than this, but let's test this out. A little easier already, to be honest. Not enough though. See, you need like a proper, like a groove. I used to have an old tool. It's like an old tool. Wetting it down might help also. Yeah, that's true. I used to have this old grooving tool. And it worked like a charm. It had a rotatable top. Here, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna go take one more quick peek. What are you doing, Gus? Holy shit, I found it. I found it. Jesse! Gmas says hi. I say hi back. You can do anything nowadays. Absolutely. Just doing some leather work and hanging out with some friends and doing our stuff. Do one more without it onto the wings. Do one. Yeah, okay, so you're right. I could do that, but I found this tool. So this here, it's a stitch groover. Not a stitch groover, sorry. It's like a planer for leather, right? So you can set, here, try and get the angle here. You can set the depth of it just by spinning it. So I think I'm gonna try, there you go, right? You can see that there. So I think I'm gonna try and do just a little pass with it, and we'll see how well it works. Not very well. It might need a little bit of a, it might need to be sharpened a little bit actually. I don't even know how you'd sharpen it. Here, let's try going real shallow. Oh yeah. Okay, I get it. That's kind of cool. So what if we went out just a little bit more? There, okay, that's kind of cool. I have a V-groover, works perfect. That's what this is called, V-groover. Right? V-groover? Excuse me. Okay. So I want to do a couple more passes. Maybe go a little bit deeper with this. Okay, there we go. This thing works pretty well if it was sharp. It's pretty dull, so it's not the greatest. Let's test this now. Yeah, oh yeah, that's way easier. Solves all of my problems. Okay, but let's see if we can do both. You know what? I definitely can. I definitely can. What I want to do, stop messing around here. That's what I want to do. Okay, I want to get this. Let's use one of these Japanese edgers corner punches. Okay, and I want to pop down the corner. There are V-groovers and U-groovers available. Yeah, that's right, for sure. Yep, that it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use this corner punch. Zoom in for you. Like that. Two. Ouch. It worked though. That's kind of cool. I hit myself and it worked perfectly fine. Okay, there. I wanted to pop those out, so now when I fold it over like that and like that, okay, so I want to also bevel the edge off just a little bit. Oh, you know what? I also want to, since we're here actually, real quick, I want to pop these out as well. I want to get other ends, not just English point. Hey, it was nice for you to stop in. Definitely have a good rest of your evening. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'll be back every week. This is a regular thing now, so it's gonna be good. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Okay, so there. So I got that done. Now I'm gonna just quickly edge these off. What brand do you guys prefer for your edgers? There's so many out there. That's the thing, you know. Okay, there's that. Quickly do the back side here, and we are on our way. From where did you get your Weaver English point? Is there a Canadian supplier? I actually got, these ones that I'm using are C.S. Osborne. And I carry them in the Oil Leather Supply shop. I got them in there. That's always the ones that I've used. I know that Weaver has a line as well that are very nice. But yeah, these ones that I'm using are from the shop right here at Oil Leather Supply, and they are C.S. Osborne. Okay, got that done. No idea where I got mine. Yeah, there's so many, right? There's so many different places you can get them. Prefer not to say the cheap quality name I got. Slowly trying to get some better ones. You know what? You got to do what you got to do. You got to start somewhere. This tool right here is from Tandy. I started with Tandy tools, and I don't even have that much better of tools now, to be 100% honest with you. It's not about the tools. It is, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, there are some tools that are definitely nicer to work with. They make your life easier, for sure. But it's definitely not, it's not necessary to make a high quality product, you know. Okay, so I want to put this down, but I don't want to put it right down on the... Let's try this. I just want to roll these edges. One. Do the other one here quick. Okay. Buying tools can be a dangerous rabbit hole to go down. Laugh out loud. Sure can. You know, it sure can. It never stops. I was gifted a bunch of old tools, including a #1 Gomf, which were made in the 1920s. That's unreal. What is that, if you don't mind me asking? A #1 Gomf. An expensive rabbit hole. It sure is. Like, it can be for sure. But you don't have to go down that expensive route either. Okay, so with this, I'm noticing now already I need to trim back the first piece. So I'm going to eyeball it quick here. It's got way too much material. And to be 100% honest, the underside, the first layer under here, it doesn't need to be rounded corners. It's probably better that it's square corners like that, because it's going to sit on the inside there. Holy, that's thick. I need a little bit more. I need to take a little bit more off. I don't know, like, should I even include the handle style like this in the notes? What do you guys think? Because this is pretty... The handle is always like your personal preference. Yeah, you're right. I should thin down the first layer. What would you guys think, though, for the design notes? Should I just leave the handle style and just say like the overall length is 10 inches? Or what do you think? Come on. Come on. By the way, has anyone seen the show on Netflix called The Mole? Holy. We started watching it a couple days ago. Already fully caught up. Completely done. There's almost too much content out there nowadays, to be honest. It's overwhelming. Okay, I'm actually going to roll this again. But yeah, The Mole. It's like this. I don't know if you guys have ever played the game Among Us. It's that really famous game from about a year ago or so. It's kind of like that, but in TV form. It's like the game Clue. Like you got to find the person who's trying to sabotage. It's pretty good. Pretty nifty. Okay. The Mole is good. It's an old show that got canceled years ago. Yeah, that's what I was reading. That it was brought back again, which is pretty sweet. I like that. I would thin the first layer. Yeah, okay, so we got that. Maybe leave it in for a template jumping off point for others. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so see there. Now it's like a nice uniform 1-inch stick that goes all the way down. So we're good. I just have to pop holes for rivets, and these are going to have to be some beefy rivets. I'm actually going to measure out 3 points of contact for it as well. If you're targeting a more amateur maker, you could add the notes for the handle. See, what I'm thinking is just have the 10-inch by 1-inch strip. No, I'll add it in. I'll add it in there. I think I should. If you guys want to utilize that, or other makers want to give it a go, then you can. So let's cross this off, the 10-inch handle. Let's go 2.75, 2.75, 1. This one was what, 4 and what? 4.5, 4.5, and then the inside diameters were literally 1 inch exactly and 1.25 inches. So then we'll go 1 inch and 1.25. I'll do both. I'll actually have, I think in the notes I'll have both in there, and I'll just say like this or this, and you can just do whatever you want. I try not to go into like the crazy details that I will personally add, because I'm always kind of weary that people, it's more so like you want to do your own thing, you want to have your own twist, your own flavor on it, and yeah, if I give too much, too many dimensions, it can probably be a little daunting for people who are just getting into it. Yeah, so The Mole, it's a good show, great show, canceled years ago. I like to see that it's back. They probably were pissed that Among Us came out and it was like the same thing, but I mean, I guess you never know. It could have just been its own thing. I guess that's kind of the same. It's the same style as Clue. It's like a newer version of Clue, the game Among Us. So I take that back. They probably weren't. I don't know. Okay, so I want to measure out exactly center of this. So 4.5. Okay, so 2.25. Right? Yeah. And then I want to go about 3/4 in. And then on this side, I want to go 1, 2, 3/4 in. It's this kind of thing. Sorry guys, I didn't have it in the frame there. It's this kind of thing with these rivets that I would leave out of the design notes. It's kind of like if you see it in the picture, you can see what I've done, and you can very easily figure it out. Like, I don't have to spell that out. You can see I've got 3 rivets. Obviously the center one's going to be right dead center, that kind of thing. Okay, so now I want to see, I haven't used this thing much. Seems sus, I know, right? It does a little bit. Okay, so this is the center finder ruler. I don't know if it'll work though, because yeah, it does. Where's my hole? I gotta kind of press the material into okay, and then I'll go that guy there. You know what? Yeah, okay. So from there then actually what I can do is I can just draw a line straight up the middle. Just kind of eyeball it. That'll go there. And that'll go there. Okay, so I might want to do this in stages. I'm not too sure yet. I don't know how it's gonna, like, I might want to pop through the top and then pop through the second and then the third. I think that's probably best. Hate to jump ship on you here, Ian, as I'm loving the stream and finally made it in, but gotta go. Next time. Have a great night, Ian and Sarah, and all in the live. Hey, Robbins, it was so good to have you in here. Come back anytime. It was nice seeing you. Yeah, we're gonna just keep going here. You can tune in back later too on the YouTube. But it was nice seeing you as always, and we'll see you in the next one for sure. Oh, okay, so Audrey, yeah, what did you say it was? Oh, it's an edge beveler. So was that the brand name, Gompf? I would assume. Either way, that's really cool. From that long ago, hey, I'm gonna scroll up here. I just want to see. 1920s. That's insane. You know what I've wanted to do for a while is find vintage leather tools and have them in on the live auctions. I've always thought that that would be actually kind of cool to do. Find old tool lots. Just auction them off. Start them at $0. I think that'd be fun. Okay, so first 3 popped. Second 3, I'm gonna mark this through it actually. Another one that I got back into recently is Ozark. Oh God, I just finished I think the 3rd season. That show's on another level. If you're into like the, you know, obviously the darker side of drug cartels and the underworld and stuff like that, that's a pretty wild show. I never really did get into, not that I had anything against it or that I didn't want to, I just never found the time to get into Narcos. Heard that was a really good show too. Okay, so for these, this is gonna be a, yeah, oh, Ozark, so good, so good, so good. Okay, so these rivets are going to be really, really, really thick. I don't know if I have thick enough ones for this over here. I'm going to have to go run and get some. Okay, so bear with me. I'll put it back on Gus. I'll literally be 2 seconds. I just have to go grab these. I got to go grab these long rivets. Okay, I'm back. I got him. We are good. Good to go. Let's actually leave 3 of these out. I'm so excited for the new season. Oh, Yellowstone. Sorry, guys. I'm just reading back here a little bit. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. I love the goose tattoo as well. You know who it's for? Gus. Because I always call him Goose. So he had to be thrown on the skin, if you know what I'm saying. Yellowstone. That is one I have heard nothing but good things about as well, to be 100% honest. How does one... I don't even know if these rivets will be long enough. I'm going to have to skive down the center. So here I am thinking to myself, I'm going to not be skiving these sides down. But lo and behold, this is probably taking me the longest out of anything on this project. Yeah, Yellowstone. I got to get into that. I feel like I've missed... It's one of those things where you can feel the hype around a show. Like it was like when Game of Thrones was out. That was all anyone was talking about. And if you miss the boat, it's kind of hard to... You know, like if I was to be like, oh, I just started watching Game of Thrones. It's like everyone's already done it. Everyone's wrapped it already. It's finished. The show's not even... It's not even being made anymore, you know? It's like you're a little late to the party. So I feel like I can get in with Yellowstone still while it's thick. While it's thick and out there. Okay, so let's try this now. So... This is not... Man alive, this thing is thick. It's gonna be nice, but like, holy. Okay, I gotta hold it down. See if I can mark out these holes. Also, I really hope that they land in the middle. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I even need to so much mark these things out as I need to just They can kind of just be measured out, and as long as there's someone in the center, you can work the material to get you where you want to go. This is an in-depth handle though, I'll tell you that right now. Okay, I just want to put one more mark. Okay, got that. So let's try this. Let's put one rivet. Let's start in the middle. Let's be nice to ourselves here. Okay, so that's there. You know what? We're gonna do all of them. I think it'll quasi hold it together just a little bit better. Keep that close by because we are going to be hammering this thing pretty damn soon. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if these rivets are long enough. I almost need, for this, I need to almost have like a press, not a hammer and a mallet kind of thing. Or a mallet and a, you know what I'm trying to say. It's just so thick. I don't think it's gonna work. I can see it popping through a little bit. I'm gonna widen the hole a bit here. Yeah, you know what I gotta do? That's what I gotta do. I gotta go in backwards on all these things. Making me sweat. This thing will never fall apart. Ever. Got clamps? Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. Pistol clamps. I don't have any in here. See, that's the problem. Skive. I know. I gotta just keep skiving, I think, as well as do that, where I get the material down a little bit. Or the holes punched out a little bit more. But I think you're right. I think we gotta... Well, you know what? I can take out a lot of the center material too. Didn't want to have to take too much out, but you know what? At the end of the day, like, how thick can a person go, you know? If your rivets don't even work anymore, it's kind of like, okay, I think you're thick enough. So this should hopefully work now. Okay, so let's try it. Number one. Would wetting the creases help it fold a little bit better? Yeah, see that's... I think that'll be method number 3, potentially. All I have to do is get one. Once I get one in the middle here, there. Yep, we got it. And we're done. No hitting necessary. We're good though. I got it. I got one. I'm gonna turn my mic down because this is gonna be... I'm gonna hit it. Okay. Holy. This thing's never, ever, ever, ever coming apart, ever. It's not possible. Oh! Great success. We got it. We got it. That's probably one of the most struggling situations I've had. Look at that. That's never coming apart. Okay, so that's done. So we got the handle. So that'll sit on top of the bag. Jeez. Okay. What are we on to now? We should do... Oh, I gotta sew the rest of this. I gotta put this piece on here. Time for a beer. Yeah, you got the right idea there. For sure. Okay, I'm gonna turn this quick. We're gonna stitch this up. On to the next. I prefer the hand peen copper rivets. You know what? I bet you any money I would like them too. I've never tried them personally, but I see a lot of you guys buy them a lot. Like there's a lot that go through them for sure. And yeah, I need to try them, needless to say. All right. What am I doing here? Okay, so we're good. We got this, we got that. Stitching. All right. Back into it. Back we go. It's wine o'clock. Thanks for keeping me company. See you next time. I think I have to buy some more data for my phone. Audrey, it was nice having you in here, as always. Have a great evening and enjoy that wine. Yeah, so Mark, yeah. It takes some practice to make them nice, but they'll outlive anyone. Yeah. You know what? I would agree with you there for sure. I think that's the way to go for sure. We're brass. Someone in the last stream was saying brass rivets too. Mykola, what's going on? You almost missed it. You're here. You made it. You made it. It's nice to see you. So one thing that I haven't done with this project thus far is a lot of like edge burnishing. I haven't been doing a lot of edging just because of the fact that I'm just feeling it out, seeing what I have time for. It's also, I want to add another camera angle for that in the future. I got so many things I want to be able to show and whatnot. And there's some other like machinery that I want to get into here as well. And I want to see how it will work its way into the stream. Okay, so I think this is good. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue these guys on. Fairly straightforward, and then I can get a point of actually, you know what? I got to put this handle on last because since I'm going skinnier in terms of the width of the bag, it's going to change the dimension that I took. When I took the body measurement, I took it based on the thickness of that original bag. So with that said, it is definitely going to change. So I'm going to wait to put that handle on. Oh man, it's going to change. It's going to change the length of so many things, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Anything else I need to do here before I stick this on? I don't think there is. I think we're pretty much good to go. Got her all marked out. So we good. What are you guys talking about? You talking about drinking? Drink. That'll be a Friday stream thing. Okay, so I'm basically just clamping this thing down so that when I go and stitch it in as the gusset, I don't want it moving around at all. Did I say with that said? Is that why you guys are saying drink? Jeez. I don't realize that I'm saying this. All right, nozzle unclogged. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. That was the very first thing I said when I started the live stream. I was like, one bottle has wrecked it for me in the past. And we figured it out. Yeah, I finally got it unclogged. Man, has it ever been a nightmare. I like these needlepoint bottles though. It puts out just enough, you know, like if you need more, you do multiple lines. It's a nice thin line. It's just perfect. Man, this is nice feeling leather. I like leather that's just a tiny bit waxy. Not to the point where it comes off on your fingers. There's some leathers that have definitely been packaged up that have been quite waxy. And there's some leathers are made for that reason. Like there's like a Horween Super Wax Black. It's right in the name, you know. It's like that is a waxy leather. I've had a couple too where it comes in packaging and it comes wrapped in paper. And the paper is like a totally different color. It looks like it's all wet because it's just straight up waxy. Retriever Charcoal by Horween. That is by far the waxiest leather I've ever dealt with in my life. It's pretty wild. Beautiful stuff, don't get me wrong. And if you have an application for it, you know, it's perfect. But I'm glad I put a D-ring in here. Could you imagine? I was just thinking about that right now. I was like, did I put a D-ring in the second one? I don't know what I would do. I just wasn't paying attention, just a little bit. Good Lord. Okay, so these are ready to dry. Okay, so now what I can do, I want to recreate these buckle straps. They connect to a stud, right? So you can quickly undo it and do it up. But it's also buckled, so you can adjust it permanently kind of as well. Okay, so I only need one of those. Yeah. Brian, are you going to rivet the corners of the pocket? No, I'm not going to rivet the corners of those pockets because that will be an internal stitch. Right? So this will be on the this will be just trying to give you a visual here. This is going to be stitched on inside out. So you stitched on like that so that when you open it up, it's an internal stitch like that. So technically you won't see the corners of those pockets. If I had my way, I would definitely do an external stitch. I just think that they are the nicest looking bags when you can, like, it's exposed stitch and stuff like that, right? But yeah, just not this style today, but in the future for sure. I think next we'll do I gotta make a pair of boxing gloves, and I gotta make a pair of boxing gloves that are solid gold. That's what I gotta do. I'm not gonna use them. They're not gonna be used for anything except for just for show. I'm going to throw them up on the wall, and they're going to be the most badass things you've ever seen. And that's it. That's all they're going to be for, is just that. And I want to make things like that. I don't want to just do, oh, he's made another bag today. You know, like, I want to do cool stuff. I want to do stuff that's, like, off the wall. Just cool stuff, you know? Okay, so the total length on this guy here, we got 8 inches plus 2.5 inches. What is that? 8 plus 2.5. 10.5. Okay, so we got the buckle and this piece here. 10.5 inches. I picked up some of that Crazy Ghost pineapple. Haven't used it yet, but looked super interesting. What do you think of that stuff? Tell me, be honest. Be honest. What do you think of that stuff? I think it's cool. I think the idea is cool for sure. I like it. Like I would definitely make something out of that stuff for sure. But I want to know your honest opinion. Okay, so 10.5 by, this is going to be a 1 inch. So what are we cutting this out of? This is going to be the same stuff as before. So this will be the plush brown. Where's my board? Okay, so we got 10.5 by that, by that, by that. I don't think I need any more dimensions for that. I'll let you know after I make something, for sure. For sure. Yeah, definitely let me know. Okay, so this is going to be, what did I say it was? 10.5, right? Yeah. So I'm going to pop this off first. This is Weaver. I said this wasn't Weaver. I said this was C.S. Osborne. This is Weaver. So you were right. This is C.S. Osborne. Same thing. English point. Belt punch. But yeah, this one is Weaver. So I must have got this way back in the day. There was a shop in Alberta that sold them back when I got them. And I have access to them. I can bring them in. I just have been dealing with C.S. Osborne for a little while, and once I get requests enough to kind of change it up, that's when, yeah, make the change kind of thing. Is that KS Blade single punch? Yes, it is. Yes, it is a KS Blade punch. I like KS Blade punch. Okay, 10.5. Right? 10.5. Yes. Okay. So quickly cut this off, and that's ×2. I gotta write that down as well. ×2. Okay, put that there. Let's go quickly get this thing off. What would you guys, all of you that are in here that are chatting, what would you like to see for time of stream? Like what would be a stream time that would be something that you'd want to see in the future? Because I'm just as new to this whole thing as anyone, so I want to tweak it. I want to adjust it and make it work for, where's my beveler? Make it work for everybody, right? As best as I can. Did he move? Did Gus move? He's over there now. What a guy. Yeah, I'd like to know. I'd like to know if you guys are more later than this, earlier than this. I'd like to do them, like ideally I'd like to do them at least Wednesday, Friday. I think that'd be the way I'd like to do it for sure. I don't know if I'll do Monday. It was a little tricky coming off the weekend and having to catch up with all of the supply side stuff and having a stream. It was a little bit much. Not to say I won't do it again in the future, but I'm just curious as to what you guys would think. So you think 1 p.m. Pacific now is great? Okay, well, I love to hear that. That's great. I watched the Weaver YouTube. Lots of good techniques and tips. Yeah, absolutely. There's so much content out there. It's insane. I learned everything I learned from YouTube. Not even just for leatherwork, for everything. Setting up a website for this, for streaming, like leatherwork. I used to make music way back in the day when I was young. So I had to learn all that. It's endless. There's so many things you can learn just from YouTube alone. But yeah, so glad to have stumbled on today's stream. Absolutely, JJ. It's nice to see you in here. Are you a leather worker yourself? Or are you just kind of browsing, hopping around? YouTube is the reason why I'm getting through university. No kidding, Mark. That's awesome. Good for you. That's amazing, actually. Okay, well, the coffee's done, so it's just going to be a slow, gradual downhill now for the rest of the stream. My energy level, the quality of the content, everything's just going to be down. Yes, I think I've ordered from you before. No kidding. No kidding. Well, it's nice to have you in here. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so for this is kind of cheating, but I actually have I've got the strap here already, right? So might as well mark the holes out. 1, 2, 3. And let's mark out this as well for the buckle. And then I did go that high with the... What are the tools called that are the... Okay, so like this here, there's the... Is it a pip? Pip tool or something? It's got the hole and the line for the studs. Does anyone know the name of it? I'm drawing a blank on it. I think it's a pip. Not so witty now says I'm in Ontario. So I'm a few hours behind you. So not too late, but the mid-afternoon has been working well. Okay, well that's good to hear. That's honestly really good to hear. Thanks, also in Ontario, Canada. Nice. That's awesome. New Brunswick here. I gotta visit New Brunswick. I gotta go. I gotta visit it so bad. That's one place that I really want to go is out east. I was actually planning a trip to go out east, and then COVID hit. So that pretty much ruined that. But I'd like to go. I'd like to see all of it out there. I hear it's a pretty magical place for sure. Winter Projects is coming. Yes, Winter Projects. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel you there. It's this pastime, this career choice. This is definitely it's definitely a winter. It's definitely a winter thing for sure. 100%. Summers are nice, you know, it's hot. You got to get out there. Sam Brown buttonhole punch. That's a mouthful. But yeah, I've heard that before. As an Albertan out here, gotta say it's nice to look at. But it doesn't beat the mountains. No kidding. I'm an Albertan myself too. Transplanted to Saskatchewan. Okay, we in view here? Yep. Yeah, so it's got it. Yeah, so you say it's got to be nice to look at. I believe it. Different vibe out there. Totally different world out that way, I would imagine. I gotta prop this table up. I gotta get a thicker piece of wood or something under it so it doesn't tang so much when I'm hitting stuff. Okay, so that's done. Now I just want to cut these lines real quick. Now these don't have to be perfect, but you don't want to pull it too hard because it'll go right through the bottom. Pip and punch. I knew it. I knew that's what it was. Pip and punch. I had a feeling it was Pippin, but I have heard Sam Brown as well. I have heard that. I've definitely heard that as well. But yeah, I definitely need to... I need to bring in some Pippin punches for sure. I've been looking at them for years, but just have never pulled the trigger. But I'll tell you something, I think it's time. I've done this a couple times now in the past little while, and it's not worth it. Also, tail hole punch. Yup. Wow, how many names are there for it, eh? Holy. That's wild. Okay, so I've marked this one where that buckle is going to go. I'm using a heel bar buckle. Where are my buckles? Where'd you go? There you are. Okay. So I'm going to use these guys here. Well, I'm happy to hear though that this is kind of a good time for this thing, because this is a time that works really well for me as well. I can get everything kind of done for the day that I need to, and then I can jump on here for you guys as well. And yeah, it's just going to be just a chill spot to throw this up on the TV or something. If you're in your workshop, or if you want to actually know how I'm making these things, you can watch me do it all the way through. And just a fun place for the community to come and hang out and chat with each other, and that's about it, you know. Okay, so I think this is going to be, we'll do a 3/4 inch oblong punch. Okay, so that's there. I'll mark this one out here. I actually should write down this dimension as well. And then, yeah, like, if you've just tuned in the last little while and you want to know kind of what I'm doing right here too, like I'm making this bag, and then all these design notes, whoops, didn't mean to put that away. All these design notes are going to be going up on the Leather Supply website, and they're all going to be for free. Just because I just wanted to get back into making stuff again. It's so much fun. The community, you know, I've just been focused on the supply side for so long now that it's time I get my hands dirty again. Okay, so this is going to be, this will be the buckle, and I also want a single loop as well. Yeah, so this will go kind of right in the middle. So what I'll want to do is haphazardly, I'm going to mark this out. I can go way further down actually. So I can go, well, this rivet will definitely go there. And then this rivet will go, split the difference, just go right down the middle. people now watching agree now is a good time to watch. You're correct, I guess, eh? That's kind of stupid on my part. No, but there have been people that have come in that have been just kind of hanging out for a little bit and then they got to take off right away. And I'm just curious to see. I'm going to mess around with it though. Like, I'm definitely going to mess around with changing up the times here and there. But I don't know. I just have a good feeling. I've been putting a lot of thought and work into this process. And I think right now is a good time during the day. So I've just been kind of going with it. Okay, there's that. I keep putting that back. And I don't need to. Okay, so I want to just write this down quick. Because this is a lot of info in this tiny little strip. Okay, so we got a hole. I put this on the wrong page. So this is going to be arrow to the next page. Okay. So let's just draw this out real quick. Hole number 1 is at inch and 3/4. Inch 3/4. Second hole is at 3 1/8. Third hole is at 4 5/8. 4 5/8. Okay, then the oblong punch is at, oh fuck, I don't know, 7 15/16. Seems a little bit. Could probably just put it at 18 and you'd be fine. Or sorry, what did I say? 18? 8. 8 inches for that. And then the next holes will be 8 7/8. 8 7/8. This is more info than I usually put in, but I think it'll just make everyone's lives a lot easier, if you know what I'm saying. I ventured over to Rob and Shirley's and they say hi too. Everyone's finding this live stream so cool. That is cool. Hello to them as well. Okay, so I got these all marked out, so that's good to go. Okay, so now I'm going to put the buckle in. Let's do this one first. Okay, and then I want to put the D-ring. Oh, you know what? I missed 2 holes. So if we fold this over, I don't really need to include this info in the final draft of these design notes, but because if you've got the top 2, you've got the bottom 2 as well. You're on the big screen. Nice. You're probably like, watch, okay, ready? I'm gonna type and then he's gonna read it. Oh, I love it too. Weaver and Springfield are usually earlier. Wednesdays. So if you ride their coattails, that'll work in your benefit. For streams, do they do live streams as well? I didn't realize that they did that. You'll have to let me know. Okay, we're gonna flip this. Eric, what's going on? Live streaming. Really? I didn't know that they did live streams. That's why I'm logged on Wednesdays. Where do they do it? Do they do it on Instagram? YouTube? Where is it that they do that? Just curious. I had no clue that anyone else was doing a live stream on YouTube. No way. Interesting. That's good to know. That's cool. YouTube. And what time? Usually earlier Wednesday. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that makes sense then. Okay, we're gonna get this. What types of things do they do for content and stuff? Are they making stuff too, like kind of teaching people how to do stuff? Or it's so fun. There's so many cool things. I just got into live streaming, watching live streamers just a short while ago. Well, about a year ago. It's so fun. It's so different, right? Like, it's so engaging. Thank you guys for subscribing too. I didn't even notice until now. I do appreciate it. Okay, so that's one. We got the little single loop in there as well, so the strap can be tucked in. I mean, you could also use a center bar buckle when you comment in response and realize you're 10 minutes behind the live feed. Actually, you know what it is? 32 minutes. 32 minutes ago, you subscribed. Did it pop up? Let's make it happen again. Let's do it right now. There it is. It popped up. So you know what I got to do? I got to add sounds to it so that I can hear it. So that's the thing too with like typical live streamers, like guys who play video games and stuff. Like they'll have headphones in so they can hear everything at all times, right? But for me, if I play it on a speaker, then you'll be able to hear it in the microphone and it'll start looping back and doubling, and it's going to be a real good time. I'm going to punch these through a little bit more. Go. Sample box fill. That reminds me, I want to do that soon with you guys. I want to bring samples up on the stream and we can go through them. And you can pick samples that you like, and we'll bring them in. We'll bring the leathers in. Come on, little guy. There you go. Poke your little head out. There you go. Okay. This. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Got that done. Got that done. So there we go. We have those two. They're matching. Yes, please. Sample live. See, like this. I'll give you a little taste. So I've got these samples. So what we'll do is we'll just say, like, pick one of these out and we'll go through samples. you know, and we'll do a vote too. I have a way on here. I got to figure it out. There's a way where we can do a poll in the chat. I got to figure that out because that'd be kind of cool. So we'll do that, and you guys can vote on them. And let me know which ones you want. And then I'll work on bringing them in for you. Okay, so what have we got left? We don't even really have that much left, to be honest. I've got the straps that go around the bag and up and in. But for all intents and purposes, I think what I could do is, I think I could stitch these sides together. I haven't done any round stitching on the cylinder machine yet. I'm kind of eager to see what it's like. I got to change the bobbin as well. So maybe we should dip into that. Springfield was about 1 p.m. EST. Live, easy. How-to things. Nice. Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they were doing that as well. That's great. Everyone should be doing these things, and they probably will in the future too. Okay, so for this, I think what I'll do... What time is it? 4:09? Just thinking, I could probably get... get this done. I could probably get this one side done. Should I do this yet though? This is the question. Okay, hold on, Ian. Slow down. I think what I should do is I should get the straps cut. I'm gonna have to cut straps. Yeah, okay. I figured it out. I'm gonna have to cut straps. I'm gonna have to put them on. I'm gonna have to mount these guys here. They're gonna have to be mounted like somewhere around there. No, that's a lie. That's a total lie. I'm lying to you. So this is where I'm gonna have to get this ready. I'm gonna have to get the cross strap, and then I'm gonna mount a strap like this all the way up and around, and then around the top and down, and I'm gonna cut it through, but I'm not gonna do this part until I've got the main body all done, gussets sewn on and everything, because I don't know how long this is going to be. This flap is measured based on this width. So when I go to put the whole thing together, this front flap on the new bag is probably going to be like way down here, and I'm going to have to trim it back up. So I got to leave that. I got to kind of let that be for a little bit. And I think that's probably about it. I got to mount the handle, but I got to wait for that until, like I say, I get my final length. Afternoon time is a great productive part of the day. I almost missed the stream as I went to the post office. No kidding. Well, I'm glad you're here. You made it. Yeah, and then I want to do this as well. I want to crimp up the lid on it as well. So we'll get that going. I got to stitch. I'm just trying to think of everything I need to do here. I think what I might do is get a couple final behind the scenes things that I need to grab to finish this thing off once and for all. And then I think we're going to wrap it up in the next one and start a new project in the next one as well. But I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do for the next project. So let's go over some ideas. What are you guys thinking? What do you want me to make? What do you want to see created? I'm thinking something smaller than a bag like this. Boxing gloves. I know. I want to so bad. I almost want to take a pair apart. You know what I mean? Like take a pair apart and modify the design a little bit, but I don't even know how, like where do you find like, oh, I'm just going to find the design notes and the plans for boxing gloves, you know? It's like, I don't think that exists. Okay, so you guys are saying I covered my tape measure in leather yesterday. Nice. That's awesome. I never saw a good backpack. That's something that I'm definitely going to be dipping into. I was going to say bush pack. Yeah, see, like I like that idea too, and that sounds good to me. A decent backpack. Crossbody waist bag. Roll top bag. Such good ideas. Yeah. Okay. So you said, Brian, you mentioned use the baseball stitch and everything. I need to do a baseball stitch. I need to try it. You use that when you covered your tape measure? That's hilarious. Baseball stitch and everything. Yeah. So like roll top bag. So you guys are thinking bag again, eh? That's what you're kind of leaning towards. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards too. Yeah, like a, what did you say? And you said bush pack, wild side leather. You said roll top bag. JJ, you said backpack. Brian, you said covered your measuring tape in leather, which is hilarious. Useful, don't get me wrong, but hilarious. JJ, fanny bag, like a fanny pack. Yeah, I could do that too. Which is technically like you could use that as like a crossbody. That's what lots of people do now because they think they're cool. Camera wrist strap. I could definitely do that. That's something that, yeah, that'd take no time at all. I could do that. What else could we do here? I like the idea of the boxing gloves just as a wall hanger. That's kind of the point, Mark. That's the whole thing. I just want to hang it just cause actually I want to make a bag too. Like I want to make a punching bag and just make it so weirdly cool that you just wouldn't even want to hit the thing, you know, and just like have it hanging somewhere. I think that'd be kind of cool with gold boxing, like pale gold boxing gloves. I think that'd be pretty cool. Tool roll. I could do that. I like the idea of the boxing. Oh yeah, sorry, I just read that. Tool roll. Okay, so that's something that I could do for sure. I've got one now, so I'm thinking that might be a little down the road. Do a vid with several smaller projects. Okay, so that's the thing. Speed bag. Yes, that's what I'm talking about right there. Speed bag. Yeah, so that's the thing. I got to start writing these things down because I want to do... Let's see here. Let's get a little section going on in the back here for these ideas. Because I like this. I like the smaller... smaller goods stream. And under that, I will say camera, wrist, strap. What else do we talk about for smaller things? You know what I should do? I should, in theory, do some sort of like, I could do some sort of smaller wallet, like a wrap wallet. I do want to make a wallet out of the Buck Brown. I do want to make it, or not the Buck Brown, sorry, the English tan. I want to make something that's carried on me every day out of the glass jack, because I'm testing out. I got in the very first stream, if you guys were here, I made that laptop sleeve, and I'm just testing. I want to see this glass jack, how well it holds up over time, just in case I got to go back and do some adjustments with the tannery on making that stuff. So I could do that too. I know I said I never want to do wallets, but If I did a little wrap wallet, that's fine. I guess I could make an exception. Bracelets, yeah, I love that. So if I do a wrap wallet, I don't even like writing that down. Okay, so bracelets. Problem is, these things will take me, I'll be done in like 15 minutes. Which is fine. But I'd have to do a shit ton of stuff. So Christmas gifty things. Yeah, I like that idea. So this is the thing. I haven't been in it. I haven't been creative, nor have I been making anything in a while. So like if you guys haven't ever seen my work before, like on Instagram, I'm just under Oakson Authentic, which is the OA. So if you look up Oakson Authentic, you can see all the work. I used to do so many things. I had so many designs. I was making something new every day. And then it's weird how when you take a step back from it and focus on something else for a while, you just kind of, that part of your brain just shuts down. It's like I guess it's just muscle memory. Like being creative is muscle memory. It's kind of strange that way. No super complicated ones. Okay, so I like that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, like wild half a braid into a straight with some sort of marking or tooling on it or whatever. I like the idea of that. That's why you do several. Yeah, you're right. For sure. I could. Did you say that's why you do several? 9? Is that what you meant to put? Dop kit? Yeah, I could do a dop kit. I'll write that down too. But that's probably not even on the smaller. We could do a dop kit. I've actually got an old design that I want to kind of revamp on that too. It's going to be fun. I'm going to go back and revisit all these old designs that I created way back in the day, 5 years ago or so, and just kind of refresh them. Small EDC pouch. That will kind of fit. I think that'll fit nicely into Dop Kit. Dop Kit / small EDC pouch. I know what you're saying. Like EDC pouches are typically a lot smaller, but it's like I've got this idea for a design in my head for a Dop Kit. Because like the other thing is too, I try not to use zippers personally. Oh, watch out for the zipper on the Dop Kit. Oh, Brian, you know me too well. I was going to say, I don't use zippers on the Dop Kits or on any of the leather goods that I've never used a zipper. I always find that just for me, when I was first getting into it, I always thought to myself, like, what's the first thing that's going to break on any leather bag, right? And like, usually it's the zipper, but nowadays they make such high quality zippers, like these Riri zippers that I carry in the supply store here. They're insanely good, yes, but I've just never used them. So like with the Dop Kit, with the small EDC pouch, I won't use a zipper. It'll just be like a roll top kind of thing. So I've got some ideas there, but I digress. Sorry for going on a tangent. I will use the Dop Kit design and I'll just shrink it down if need be. So yeah, so that would work. I definitely want to do a backpack. We're going to be doing lots of backpacks, to be honest. Backpack. I want to make a new tote design. I want to make a new duffel design. I want to do a new weekender duffel. Jesse was asking me about doing a design where it's kind of like a weekender, but there's a slot underneath for shoes. Like it's like a hatch that opens up. So for me, without doing the zippers, I'm always thinking like, okay, well, how is that going to work? Like, how can I... There's a way, though. There's got to be a way. You just got to be creative with it. Quick gifts with scraps, key fobs, belt clips. Definitely. Definitely that stuff, too. Key fobs. Belt clips. Absolutely. That stuff for sure. But yeah, I want to make like a weekender duffel. I want to make one of those like Holy shit, you guys are on the same wavelength as me. The Doctor's Sac Voyage. You literally just took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, I want to make one of those. I want to make one of those like doctor's bags. We're just on the same level today. I love that. I didn't know it was called that. Sac Voyage. That's cool. Oh my God, I was just going to say that. Right? That's kind of where we were all going when I was saying duffel. I think we were all kind of... No kidding. Joe Hickson, thanks for subscribing, my guy. It's nice to see you in here. I don't think I have an alert box. So here, let's do this. Go back in here and then we'll see. Here you come. Here comes your name. Booyah. There it is. I got to get that in here. I got to get the alert box in here so you guys can see that kind of stuff. Yeah, okay. So doctors. I love that name, Sac Voyage. I mean, there's probably a joke there, but we're not going to go there. So yeah, okay. So there's that. There's a lot of choices here. We could go for days and days and days. There's so many things. Mainly, you're probably going to be on here mainly seeing me make different variations of bags. I love bags. That's what, like, you can see the wall here. Like, it's all the stuff that I've made in the past. The stuff that I like to make the most is bags, typically. So with that said, yeah, Brandon, you're on the same level. Bags for the win. That's just the way it goes. And thank you. Yeah, thank you. I took a long time to get this studio up and running. It took like 6 months. Did I say it again? Did I say that being... What do I say again? What is it that I say that makes you guys drink? That said? Is that what it is? Is that what it is, Sarah? Is it when I say that said? With that said, yeah. Like, geez, I don't even notice myself doing it. Backpack should have a zipper. More of a classic look, for sure. With that being said. With that said. Oh, you guys, it's not my fault. I just don't even notice that I'm saying these things. I had never heard myself say that before, ever in the past. I mean, with that said, take a drink. Oh, I love that. That's great. That's hilarious. Just giving me the gears already, eh? Just loving this. I come on here, I want to have a good time with you, and all you guys do is tease me with all the things that I keep repeating. So it's great. Yeah, love you guys too. It's awesome. Dr. Sac Voyage. I was going to say, yeah, you guys are going to see me making a lot of bags. It's going to be a lot of bags. I love bags, and that's all I basically ever want to make. Watch your review videos. Is that where I say it? So with that being said, I do that, don't I? When I go like, I do that, don't I? Where I'm talking about leather. And I'll say like, yeah, it's waxy, and on the flesh side, it's usually pretty clean. So with that being said, if you have any questions, I do say that. Is that where that came from originally? You always end the videos with it. So with that being said, if you have any questions, reach out anytime. And if not, I'll see you in the next review. I do that. That is where that comes from. Oh, that's funny. I've never seen anyone make motorcycle tool bags or sidearm bags. That one. I love that one. Like almost like a saddle bag too. Tool bags / sidearm saddle. And I'm not talking like saddle as in like the saddlebags on a motorcycle. I'm saying like, well, are they called saddlebags then? The one that go on a horse, right? Like they go on the back of a horse and they drape over. Saddlebags. Yeah, those are saddlebags. I've never seen anyone make blah, blah, blah. Sorry, you just read that. Sarah. Same thing, I guess, eh? Now you're going to be self-conscious about it when you film the next review. That's definitely happening now. You know what I'm probably going to do? I'm probably going to purposely not say it from now on, or at least in one video. And you guys will see it, and you'll know, and you'll giggle a little bit, and then you'll tease me about it next time I do a live stream. So, it's great. Bicycle panniers. Pannier. Pannier. How do you pronounce that? Panniers? Panniers. Yeah, that's probably panniers. That's my next project. That's awesome. That's really cool. Swing arm bags. Sorry, doing work same time here. No sweat at all. I totally understand. Swing arm bags. I'm going to write that down too. You know what I kind of want to do? I kind of want to have a mocked... I used to do this actually when I did leather work back in the day for a living. I would create a mock booth for a market, and I would in my mind visualize like, okay, so like on the left I want to have backpacks, duffel bags, whatever. In the middle you got to have like some wallets, dop kit style things, and then like leashes, so like dog leashes and collars and stuff like that. And that was kind of a fun way to creatively be like, okay, so I'm going to need to fill this hole. What am I going to fill it with? Right? And then I would go back and I would come up with creative ways to fill the gaps, right? That could be one of the Easter eggs. Yeah, you're totally right. And that's probably going to happen. I got a new leather that I'm going to be putting up probably tomorrow. So you're going to see it. I think you should edit one of your videos to mention the joke and do a contest and get everyone to see if they can find the video. That sounds like a good idea that I could definitely do. For sure. I like the idea of just putting things into certain things and areas and stuff. And you gotta be on the stream to like figure it out or catch what I'm trying to say. And then we can do contests and we can give things away and we can do like all kinds of fun stuff. I think that'd be kind of cool to do. So I'll brainstorm those ideas for sure. But yeah, guys, I think we're at 3 hours. 3 hours in. This has been a lot of fun. I think I'm going to call it here. I'm going to prep a few things. There's a couple things that are just kind of boring. I got to rewind the bobbin, and I got to take a lot of measurements and stuff, get a few odds and ends kind of ready to go. And then the next stream, hopefully Friday, I'm going to do, we're going to wrap this bag up. This thing's going to be totally done. And I'm going to release the design notes shortly after that. And then we're going to jump right into the next project right after that one. And we're just going to keep this thing going. But like I say, like there's just a couple things that I got to do kind of off stream. And it's not really going to be that interesting to watch me do. So with that said, I'm going to call it there. You guys are hilarious. And thank you for coming into the stream today. This is a lot of fun. This is a regular thing. This is happening. If you guys don't mind, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It does a lot more than you think it does. I'd really appreciate it. It goes a long way. I'm going to be doing these things every week, all the time, as much as I can. And yeah, we will talk to you guys in the next one. Until then, have a good rest of your night. Have a good couple days. Bye.